So guys, so this is it's a free workshop conducting from the DURGASOFT technologies. So our main agenda for this particular the demo session, this is a workshop actually, guys. This is going to be a kind of a workshop. So basically, we want to just as a what is our main agenda for this particular workshop is. So there are some guys who has been joined for the workshop. Maybe some around 6 people are there. I think there are going to be 6 guys are there. Okay, 6 people, 6 participants are there. So the reasons that means why you have been joined for this demo, this workshop actually. So mainly there may be 2 reasons. One is going to be you are having a plan to either to get a job or you want to move from your existing technology or your existing whatever the skill set you are having or existing domain you are working. So you want to change your technology. So you want to see some kind of an upskilling your whatever the skill sets it is going to be, or you are looking for a change in the job. That may be one kind of a reason actually. So the other guys, that means there is going to be another category of people like maybe they are working or non-working, but nowadays they are hearing more about this particular data science, this machine learning, AI, etc. So this want to look into that because there are going to be some kind of an technology aspirants will be there. So what these people will do is they will try to look. So even myself is also going to be like I want to look into all the technologies. I'm almost having some around 18 plus years of experience. So in this 18 plus of experience, I have gotten a complete experience on the some technologies, as well as I know some other. That means even I didn't work also, I have been learned them. I have been just it's my interest actually. So it is going to be my interest actually. So always I look into the new technologies whenever a new technology comes. So immediately I'll start upgrading by myself, and I will do some kind of a certification programs to judge or to something like to just evaluate myself. So I'll do some different type of certification programs, etc., etc. So there are two kind of people. So they want to look for what is this data science. They want to just know about the data science. Some of them are going to be like as part of a job oriented, either to get a new job or to get a job or to change from existing job or from existing technology to this particular data science. So our main agenda for this workshop. So as we know that this is going to be, we are learning something about a workshop on which is going to be a full stack data science course. It's a completely a full stack data science. Nowadays, wherever you go, we are calling it as a full stack Java, full stack UI, full stack web. We have a full stack Python, everything. We are having a full stack, which is going to be Azure. So anywhere, that means wherever we go there, everywhere we are talking about the full stack people. Even the companies are also looking for this kind of a full stack guys. First of all, what do you mean to say full stack? First of all, what do you mean to say full stack actually? So full stack is nothing but previously, that means previously when you used to work some around 3 years back, I can say that. So generally we used to learn only one kind of a technology or only one kind of a software we used to work. So where you are going to fit in the project only in a specific location. So in the pipelining of the particular project, so somewhere you are going to fit here. But nowadays the companies are looking for full stack guys. Full stack guys are nothing but who can handle. That means the person should have every skill to can work so that he can work in everywhere, anywhere in that particular project lifecycle. So whenever they are working on a Java project, so they should not say that like we have only the knowledge of only the Spring, or we are having only the Spring Boot or something like that, or I have only the knowledge about only this one, something like that. But nowadays the companies are not like that. They're mainly interested in which is going to be they want to learn, they want to make the people to work anywhere inside that particular project, anywhere inside that particular project they want to work with them actually. That is what exactly these companies are going to be looking for them actually. So due to that, nowadays a lot of demand has been came actually. Really a lot of demand has been came for the full stack developers. So even the course, whatever we are going to be learning, whatever the course we are going to be using, or whatever we are going to going through, is going to be nothing but what we can say that it is also a full stack data science course. Generally, we are going to call it as in shortcut, we'll say that it is going to be FSDS, a full stack data science course. So I don't use any presentations, guys. So it is not like a corporate level. So that is a different case. You will see some kind of presentations, etc. So coming to the presentations, etc. Generally, that is going to be basically for a corporate level trainings actually. So whenever we take corporate level trainings, you will be using those kind of presentations and all these things will be used. But mostly here, there are going to be job aspirants will be there. So there are going to be some kind of a job aspirants are there. So who are looking for a job. It may be a new job or it may be a fresh job or it may be a job change. So mostly they want to crack the interviews. So if they want to crack the interviews and etc., mostly practical knowledge is going to be most important. So that's why basically we are going to be. So when you go to corporate levels, for corporate levels, they don't require the practical. Then they have to be explained with what exactly that exists. That's if you give the presentation, this is the topics we have. They can learn by themselves because they will have the implementation. They'll start studying about them and they will work with them. So who are already working on the project is different. For them, giving the training on this new technologies is different. Who are going to be looking for a job change or who are looking for a new job, so then their particular requirements are different. So completely it is an instructor led live session, guys. So it is going to be live sessions only. So coding, everything is going to be this one. It looks like we are going to be sitting in a classroom actually, because you can see my whiteboard. So I'm using a whiteboard actually. I'm going to be using a pen tablet. So I'm also going to be technology. So I'll also upgrade myself. It's not only in the technology, even in the teaching, whatever the teaching skills and also. So I use as a pen tablet actually. I'll use as pen tablet. So easy to write, no wastage of time. So you can see some people who uses the mouse and etc. That is not going to be time wasting process actually. But mine is going to be completely just like looks like a whiteboard and everything. I'll write it here and this particular files will be shared to you regularly. Every day to day it is going to be shared. Like for example, if you just have a look at this, it is going to be looks like this actually. Yesterday I have been taken some example, for example. So if you can see like this actually. So when I see the yesterday's class, this is going to be something which is going to be, you may not understand it, but yesterday's class example, what we can see, that's a lot of numbers, calculations, mathematical formulas you can see. So this is going to be a mathematical formulation actually. So how this particular correlation is going to be gets created. So every class is going to be like this only. So if we have a look at this, this is going to be how it is going to be there. So these are all my classes actually. These are all my regular classes, how I'm going to be doing. So everything, so everyday class notes, it is going to be there. These are going to be how our classes are going to be, that will be existing actually, guys. Fine. So, okay, so it is a instructor-led live classes only. So no recording. Recording means we will give the recording for your reference purpose after the completion of the class. So it is not completely like a recording classes. We don't just give the previous classes recordings and we don't ask you to learn. It is an instructor-led. If you have any questions live in the live session only, we can discuss with them actually. Apart from that, you will be, as a reference, you are going to be getting the recorded sessions will be given. So the recorded sessions will be given, which is going to be after the session has been completed actually, after session completed. After the instructor-led training actually, we'll generally call it as the ILT sessions, we are going to call it as instructor-led trainings, what we are going to be doing it actually. Completely live, it is an ILT sessions. So after the ILT session is over, you will be getting the recorded session will be given to you guys. Yeah, you can, this also will, workshop also will come. So currently the session is getting recording and you will be also getting that particular recorded video also. Okay, fine. So that is going to be what we are going to be next talking about what we are going to be talking about that. Okay, so that is going to be the plan. There are so many things are there actually, guys. When you talk about our training, it is going to be, but our agenda is not to do that. What is how the training is there. We want to give you an ideas like what is going to be data science instructor-led trainings, ILT sessions. We generally call it as an ILT sessions actually. Corporate terminologies, ILT, instructor-led trainings. what we are going to call it as. If it is video based trainings, we are going to call them as in our corporate levels, we are going to call them as an e-learnings, what we are going to call it as. So in our company, we have a lot of e-learnings will be there. Screen is visible. It's not possible. So your screen, my screen will be visible. Maybe you may have a problem. Guys, what about the remaining people, guys? Can you see my screen? I think it's clear now. Can anybody, can you please confirm? Yeah. Yes, Rizwan, maybe it's maybe a problem from your side. So please log in once again, or just can just log in once again, because I don't have any internet issues. I don't have anything, because I use as a high-end internet service providers and all these things. Even my monitors are on higher resolutions actually. Okay. Fine, guys. So this is going to be generally video level trainings. The recorded sessions will say that there are going to be e-learnings will be there actually. So in our corporate also, in our company also, we'll be having some lot of e-learnings will be there. Every month we have to complete at least two learnings we have to do, two courses we have to do compulsory. So it is as part of our learning journey. So we have to do whatever our interest is there. So we have to do some at least two courses we have to do every month. We have to do minimum of two courses along with our job. Okay. So coming to this full stack data science course. So I'm not going to use any technical concepts actually, guys. I'm going to be not going to use any technical concept. That means I may use this actually, guys. I may use this, but still I'm going to be, I don't want to make you understand all the technical concept about that. Just what is data science actually? What is going to be data science actually, guys? So what do you mean to say full stack data science means? Whatever the techniques that are required, because a data science lifecycle contains a lot of, a data science project lifecycle contains a different type of stages it will contain. Like for example, like whenever we talk about the life cycle, we can see some kind of a data collections. So you have to collect your data. You have to do some kind of a data analytics. So we have to do some kind of a data analytics. We have to do some kind of a data cleansing. We have to do so many things we are going to be doing it actually. So we have to do some kind of a pre-processing we have to do. So all these things we are going to call it as an exploratory data analysis. This is a very popular word actually. It's a popular term what we are going to be using actually. It is going to be exploratory, which is going to be data analysis. Exploratory data analysis, what we are going to call it as exploratory, whatever it may be. Exploratory data analysis. If you want, you can check it out. So just open Google and type EDA. You will be getting a lot of articles on that. So open the Google, just open your Google browser, web browser, any web browser, and search for this term called as an EDA, which is what we are going to call it as an exploratory data analysis, EDA. Just that's it. Once if you do EDA, you will be getting a lot of blogs, a lot of websites, whatever we are going to be getting it actually. Exploratory data analysis in statistics. Exploratory data analysis is an approach of analyzing the data sets to summarize their main characteristics, often using statistical graphics and other data visualization methods actually. So there are going to be so many things are going to be there actually. Yes, there are so many things are going to be there. Even data visualization, I didn't added that. It is going to be data visualizations. So in a data science project, so I'm not showing any data science project as of now, but in a data science, the life cycle, if you see that the project life cycle, you can see there are going to be different type of skill sets you require. So guys, if you have any questions, feel free to discuss. You can just unmute yourself, or you can unmute yourself and you can speak. You can, because you are given the option to, just let me check it out. Yeah, you can unmute yourself, guys, and you can speak. Otherwise, if you feel that if any disturbance is coming from your side, so you can just use a chat window. You can use a chat window and you can type it actually, guys. Okay, so actually I didn't given my complete introduction actually. So at the last I'll give you. Okay, so I forgot to discuss that actually, guys. Fine. So these are all part of the part of what we are going to call it as a data science lifecycle actually, project lifecycle, EDA. So why we are talking about a full stack data science? So as a full stack data science developer or a full stack data science expert, you should be having all these kind of skills actually. So it's not like I know only data visualization. Previously it was like this actually, yes. Previously it was like that. So whenever I was an expert in data visualization, I was able to fit only in the data visualization, as a part of a data visualization only I was able to do. But the project is expecting a lot of other things, like you should know how to do the data cleansing, what are the different types of pre-processing techniques we have to require. So all these are going to be the skill sets what the companies are expecting actually, or corporates are expecting. So the candidate should work at any level. It should not be fixed like it is going to be only as part of this. So nowadays, the companies are looking for the, even as a part of our company, our organization also. So there is going to be some kind of a trainings will be there. So our interested trainings, they will conduct continuous trainings. Nowadays, every company is conducting. It's not like only once in a year, or some companies will conduct only once in a year. But in our organization, it is not like that. Throughout the year, 365 days, we'll be having the trainings will be there. 365 days, except 1 month will be there. Except 1 month. In September month, we call it as an L&D sessions will be there. Some business managers and those people, the business leaders will take the sessions actually. But remaining, except the September month, in remaining all the months, we'll be having this kind of a trainings will be going on actually. So we have to attend them. We have to do some kind of an e-learnings we have to do. We have to join some ILT based sessions. We have to do it actually. Okay. So yeah. So coming to the data science actually, yes. What is basically the data science is, our main target is nothing but to understand the data. Just there is some data is there. A raw formatted data may be there. A raw data is going to be there. There is some raw data is there. The data may be there in a text format, text or a values. It can be some normal CSV files, etc., etc. Not only that, the main advantage comes is, even you may have the data in a format of images, even your data may be there in a format of audio, or it may be there in a format of a videos, etc., etc. So we have some raw formatted data. It may be a text or a values, or it may be some kind of an images. We have some audios and videos, etc. So our main target is to understand this data. Understanding is nothing but simply we are going to call it as the insights. So our main target is to get some insights from the data. So how is our data? Just we want to understand the data. What is the data? We don't bother to verify that. Maybe you heard about something called as an business intelligence. So actually guys, before this data science has been came into the existence, we used to have something called as an BI. So I can say this data science is going to be, because I, as an expert, I was also having an experience on business intelligence. So my complete specialization, my complete 18 years of specialization is on the data related technologies. You can say that. So police collect some clues as some raw data, they will analyze it, isn't it? Obviously, they will get some kind of an insights. There is not the solution, we call it as an insights. Okay, so this is going to be the pattern they are following. Some we'll see some movies, like he's going to be some, we'll see some like a movies, for example, we can say that. Let us say that something like, just if it is not relevant to that, for example, this in some movies we'll say that actually. So there is going to be some kind of a mystery happening, like some kind of an some, let us say, some child kidnap is happening actually. So they will analyze the data. So on, for example, on, let us just an example, on the 1st January 2022, let us say that the first kidnap has been happened actually. Then second kidnap has been happened on the 7th of January, something like that. So it is going to be the second kidnap has been happened. Then the next one is going to be on the 14th January. So, or something, whatever it may be, or 8th or something, whatever it may be, does not matter. So the third kidnap has been happened. So from this particular data, we'll get some kind of an insights. Like, so every 1 week, that means the difference between the first one and second one, or the first robbery and the second robbery, there is going to be minimum one week gap is going to be there. So the next, what is going to be the next one? A best example I can really, it's a best example I can say it actually. So there is going to be that particular kidnapper or that particular the whatever the thief is following some kind of a pattern actually. So this pattern is very simple pattern only, because You can see first 8, something we can see the pattern. Or sometimes we'll see that something like they will follow some locations actually. So some movies we have been seen. No? So the first robbery at this location, second robbery is at this location, third robbery is at this location, next robbery is at this location. When I map the map, so they will find out something like symbols, like we can see that. So such kind of a pattern identification. So if we can identify the pattern, so when the next robbery can takes place, when the next particular kidnap can takes place, or which place the next robbery is going to take place or kidnap is going to take place. So the police are going to do some kind of a predictions. Exactly. But the problem here is the data is not that much small data in our real business data when you talk about them. This data is very easy to interpret them. This data is going to be very easily, anybody can interpret this particular data. But in real business data, the data is not that much. With a human eyes, just by human observations, we can identify them. But in real applications, the data will look like that. So that is the reason we are taking some help of a technology we are going to be taking. Even the police department is also using all these data science and all these things. So to get these insights from the raw data, whatever the techniques or whatever the technologies we are going to be uses. So we are using a lot of techniques, technologies, systems, methods, so many things we are going to be using. So all these techniques or whatever the technologies we are going to be using to get some insight from the data is nothing but what they kept it into a branch of, it's a completely one complete branch, which is going to be, they say that it is going to be the data science actually. So data science is all about learning some techniques, using some kind of a technology, some kind of a different type of systems. Finally, to get some insight from the data. Our main target is to get some insight from the data. So as part of that, you have to use data analytics, data collection, data cleansing, pre-processing, visualization. And here, there is one of the beautiful technique which helps you. So you no need to, that means, okay, you are going to be getting some insight from the data. How do you get it actually? So shall I apply any methodologies? Shall I apply any, shall I write any formulas? Or shall I derive any theories? Not required actually, guys. There is one of the, a beautiful technology is going to be there, or a beautiful technique is going to be there, which is going to be nothing but we are having something called as a machine learning, which is the main important part of your data science. Actually, you are learning data science means you are learning about machine learning only. So many people does not knows about that actually. So many people does not have the idea about that. They thinks that it is going to be something like, the things that there is going to be something like there are going to be data science means something like reporting or something like that. But the main important is your machine learning actually. Machine learning is going to be the main important task or the main important concept which we have to learn as part of our data science. As I told you, we have to get the insights only. Yes, but to get these insights, machines are going to be helping you. Machines are going to be helping you. So what the machines are saying is, you give the data to us. You give the data to us. We are going to understand the data. We are going to learn the data. Machine learning means we don't learn from the machines. Machines learn from us. Once if you give what is your data, what has been happened in the past, same thing. If I talk about this data, as you are talking about the robberies data or something like that, give this data to the machine. Machine is going to find out the patterns without having any much explicit coding. You need not to write any coding for that. You need not to write any logic for that. So functional code, we don't write it. That means don't think that we don't write any code at all. We'll write some minimal code, we are going to write it, but we don't write the functional code. We don't write any functional code. So what is machine learning says is, there is some business data with you. Give the data to us. The machine is going to be takes the data. Machine understands the data and it is going to give you the insights. And based on that insights, we can do some kind of a prediction. So give, what is that? Tell me the last days. Tell me when, at what dates this particular robberies has been taken place. Give the data to the machine. What has been happened? Give the data to the machine. Machine understands that particular data and it tells the insights. Every 7 days, there is going to be some kind of a kidnap or a kind of a robbery is taking place. Based on that, when will be the next kidnap will takes place, or when will be the next it is going to be. So that is going to be a different case. That is going to be like something like um, um, uh, we are going to be talking about some kind of some cinematic. We are talking about that, but we have to talk about the business point of view. We have to talk about a business point of view. We have to talk about that. Like for example, like if we talk about a bank customers data, let us talk about the banks, which is going to be the loans department is there. The loans department is there. What is the main role of a loans department is going to be nothing but they have to give the loans. They have to, the customers apply the loans, and the bank, the loans department will give is going to be approve the loans actually. So it is not it's not only just approving of the loans. It is not just only approving of the loans actually. So the loans department, the department has to verify whether the customers are paying their EMIs promptly or not. So they have taken the loans, but whether there are promptly whether they are repaying the loans or not, we have to verify them. So as you know that in a bank, the customers will take the loans. Some of the people will pay the loans promptly. Some of the people may not pay the loans promptly actually. So the people who are not paying the loans promptly, we call them as in defaulters. So in a bank, we have a defaulters, and who are paying the loans promptly, there are going to be non-defaulters actually. So year by year, these defaulters percentage is getting increasing. Initially, we have only 10% of defaulters are there. Only 10% defaulters are there. But over the time period, this number of people are getting increasing, 20%, 30%, it was there. So what the bank want to try to do is, let us try to minimize the defaulters, because the defaulters are making the losses to the bank. They're taking the money, but they are not repaying them actually. So there is losses to the bank actually. So what the bank has thought is, why don't we can minimize this particular defaulters? So the bank has got a thought. We have given the loans to various customers in the past 5 years or 10 years. If you can understand their particular data, you can get some information about the defaulters, like what are the general age of the defaulters, or let us say in defaulters, we are taking the loans for mostly for which kind of loans they are taking mostly. Okay, so business loans, in which type of loans the more number of defaulters are coming actually, or like defaulters are taking the maximum of how much loan duration they are taking actually, the loan amounts. If you can analyze them, you will get some kind of a story. So as we all of you know that we are living in the era of data. It's a data era actually, yes. We are going to call now as going to be a data era actually. Okay, because without a data, we cannot survive. Every day we require some data. Every day we consume some data, we generate some data. Every day, guys, every day we are going to be generate some lot of data actually. So previously data means, for example, if you go to some grocery store and do some transaction, then only it is a data. But now data means anything. Even if you take an image, for example, from your mobile, if you take an image, if you take a photo, that is a data now, because that is going to be consuming some memory. Immediately, it is not only consuming the memory in your mobile, it will be uploaded to your Google Drive or to your iCloud. So there some data is going to be getting generated. Even we know this now, guys. Your Apple, whatever your Apple or whatever it may be, there are going to be doing a lot of whether it is an Android, whatever the operating system or whatever the mobiles are working, a lot of analytics is going on. Internally, a lot of analytics going on. The best example you can see that, like for example, Google and Apple, they're adding a lot of new features they are going to be adding it actually. Let us say that if you can see, so we have been seeing some application like, so we have taken a lot of photos. We have taken some photos from years of years. It will be there in our Google photos or something like Android photos or whatever it may. So there is a feature is going to be there. So like they will show you the face images. They are going to show you some different images at the top. So like it will analyze them and they will find out which features are going to be mostly there are going to be the images are there. So for example, my photo is there, my image was there. Whenever I select my image, all my photos are going to be filtered based on my image actually. That means wherever in which photo I appear, automatically those photos are going to be gets filtered actually. Isn't it? So it is going to be a face identification. It identifies a face actually. So it identifies as that particular face. So that is an example of an what we can say that example of a data science actually. Because there what they have been done is the machine has been analyzed all that particular images actually. So it has been identified. So like how my image was there, it has studied the data. So how this person one images are there, person two images are there, person three images are there. It has been identified completely. And based on that, it can filter. So like these images are going to be very similar images. We are not writing any code there. We are not giving any input that I'm not labeling it also. This image contains belongs to Vamsi or this image belongs to some X. We are not writing anything. But internally, there is some program or some model is running internally to identify that particular images, how it is detecting the images actually. So how the machine, how my application is identifying that. So this image contains so and so person actually. It's nothing but a face identification actually, guys. It's a face identification. It can identify that particular face. But further, there is some training. That means that has to be given some training actually. So these are the images of so and so person. These are the images of so and so person. It can easily identify them actually. It can easily identify them. So machines has been got some training actually for that. Don't expect that machines will directly learn from the data actually. Machines has been given some training. So we'll give some images, all the images in our mobile will be given and it will identify that. So these are the images of person one, these are the images of person two. A lot of things are there. I'm not talking about that, but okay, let us come to the defaulters case actually, guys. Let us come to this example. So why not this particular, why we can't minimize these defaulters actually? So what they thought is, let us analyze the past customers data. Let us say what the past customers data. If we can analyze that particular, if I give this data, the machines can understand the data and it is going to give some insights actually. It can tell you the insights. The defaulters characteristics are like this. The non-defaulters characteristics are like this. Based on that, in future, who could be the defaulter, who could be the non-defaulter. Now in a banking application, whether to give a loan, whether not to give a loan, or whether the loan should be approved, or whether the loan should not be approved, that will be decided by your machine. They will feed the data into the machine. Machine means your computer. One application will be running. So that application is going to tell that whether the loan, for which customer the loan should be approved. Let us say that the loan is approved and the loan is going to be not approved actually. Based on that, they will give the information to the customer. Sorry, your loan has been not approved. Let us say, happy to announce that your loan has been got approved. Congratulations, your loan has been got approved. Hope understood the simple technique actually, guys. So analyzing the past data, what has been happened in the past, and based on that, we are trying to predict the future actually. So for that, we are going to be using, it's not like a single tool like this actually, guys. There are so many techniques we have to apply. And there are so many methodologies we have to use, different type of systems we have to use, different types of technologies we have to use. All of them collectively is what we are going to call it as a data science actually. So I said, no, data collection, data analytics, data cleansing, pre-processing, data visualization, machine learning, deep learning, AI. So these are all going to be the core areas of your data science actually, guys. Your core area of your data science is going to be all these things, NLP. So many things are going to be there. So many things are going to be there actually, guys. AI, deep learning, NLP, machine learning, so many techniques we are going to be users actually. But finally, our target is to nothing but to get some insights from the data. Based on that particular insights, we can do some kind of a prediction actually. So just to make you understand this concept, I'll show you one small application I'm going to show you guys. Just a small application I'm going to show you. Our main agenda here is just to understand how much coding required, how much coding you are going to require. That is first thing I want to explain you. And second thing is how that means what has happening in the inside the, what is happening in the background. So that is what I want to explain it actually, guys. Okay. So don't worry about the coding, what I'm going to be writing actually. So what I'm writing and all these things, don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. So quite interesting. Just follow what I'm talking about, that what I'm explaining. Don't worry about whatever the background coding and all these things, whatever. It's a Jupyter notebook actually, guys. This is a tool, what we are going to call it as Jupyter notebook. I think most of you have already heard about that. So it is one of a very popular IDE, which most of the data scientists and data analysts will use. See guys, as I told you, we'll write some code, but we are not going to write any functional code for that. We are not going to write any functional code for this actually, guys. Don't worry about that. Okay. I mean, it's a Python based application, guys. I'm going to be importing a small library called as a matplotlib, basically, which is used for data visualization, visualizations. We are using a Python based application, Python based libraries. Okay, so don't worry about the coding actually, guys. I just don't want to just making you to worry about the code. I just want to show you like how simple the coding is going to be done actually, guys. Okay, so what I'm trying to do now actually, guys, I want to take some images. I'm not taking any CSV file. I'm not taking any data here, guys. I'm taking an image actually. Have a look at this one, guys. How to read the image. It's very, very simple applications. We don't write any much coding actually, guys. I'm not going to writing any much coding actually, guys. Have a look at this one. I think at least you have some. So guys, I think at least I can expect that you people are having at least some minimal knowledge about a programming part, maybe at least C language or something like that. So the guys who are having at least a minimum knowledge about this particular programming part, they can understand what I'm trying to do that. So I'm not saying that this is a code which we have to understand it, but at least something like plt dot, which is going to be im read. It is nothing but I want to read some image. Where is the location in the D drive? I have a folder called as the data. Inside that there is an image called as an angry1.jpg file is there. It's not a CSV file. We are not reading any data. We are reading some image actually, guys. Don't worry about that. Once if you read this image, you can see some numbers actually. Maybe some people knows about these images. Some people may knows about these images, and some people may not be having any idea about these images actually. Maybe you may have the idea, may not have the idea. So what is these numbers actually? We are expecting something when image will come, but instead of image, we got some numbers actually, guys. What are these numbers actually? The numbers are going to be nothing but what I can say is they are going to be something. They are going to be nothing but what I can say is they are the pixels data actually. They are the pixels. We know that everything is going to be made up of whatever we see on electronic devices is completely due to the pixels actually. Pixels are nothing but some color dots which are connected very closely. So whatever the screen you can see, it is a small dots connected very closely. It looks like a video is playing, but actually internally the color dots are going to be get connected actually. So each color dot is, each pixel is going to be made up of 3 colors, red, green, and a blue. So don't worry about those discussions. So what I'm going to do is, let me do this into some pixels. I'm putting into some kind of a pixels equals to, because it is returning some kind of a pixel. It's not returning any image. It is returning the pixels in the image. If you want to display them, I'll say plt.imshow of which is going to be the pixels actually. Don't worry about that. That's it actually, guys. This is the 3 lines of code which I have been got written actually. 3 lines of code which I have been got written actually, guys. See guys, how many lines of code I have written this. I didn't written any logic. I didn't written any logic there. Just there are some built-in functions and built-in methods are there. You can easily do that. I imported a library called as a matplotlib.pyplot, which is a Python-based library for data visualization. Using but imRead method, I am reading the image pixels, and the image pixels are converted into image. That numbers are converted into image by using plt.imshow. Whatever the pixels I read in the previous step, that particular pixels are printed here. Now observe carefully, guys. Now observe carefully. Now our target is to find out whether the person in the image, whether he was angry, whether the person in the image is angry, or whether he was happy, whether he was sad, or whether he was in a fear state or something like that, or whether it is neutral, something I want to find it off actually, guys. That is going to be what exactly we want to, that is what we want to talk about them actually, guys. See, guys, hope you understood that. I want to know whether the particular person in the image, what is the emotion, what is his facial expression, whether he was happy, whether he was joy, or whether he was sad, or whether he was in angry, the fear, or whether what is going to be. So I just want to know the emotions, the facial expression. I want to find it out. How can you do this actually, guys? Very simple. We will give some hundreds of images. We'll give some hundreds of images to the machines, and we'll say them, this image is smiling, this image is let us say angry, this image is going to be something like a joy, or some image is going to be neutral. So the data that we have been given some thousands of images to the machines, saying that these are the different expression. We have to tell, first of all, some training we have to give. Machines immediately cannot identify whether the person is smiling or not. We have to instruct it. Some training is already done. Some training, we already done some training with some hundreds and thousands of images, and we already made the machine to learn. These images are going to be smiling. These images are going to be some angry. Machines understand the patterns. That means if the person is smiling, so how the pixels data will be there, how that particular eyes, how is particular mouth. So it knows that. So whenever the person is smiling, so how the eyes is going to be looks like. Whenever the person is angry, how the eyes are going to be looks like. So we have already given some training to the machine actually, guys. We already given some training to the machine. Already training is already done. Machine already identified some kind of a patterns. That patterns are available as some functionality to us. Somebody created it, guys. I didn't create it. We can also create it from the scratch. But secondary thing is already somebody created it, and they have directly created given as a project was. So how simply it is going to be to show you the understanding actually, guys. So there is a library called as an FER, facial emotion recognition. It is going to be nothing but it is going to be a facial emotion recognition actually, guys. FER basically stands for facial emotion recognition. This is a library. Inside that we have a class called as an FER class. Don't worry, coding part, don't worry about them. Really, initially, if I ask you to find out, can you make this particular? I can say he was angry, but the machine has to tell me whether the person in the person in the image is smiling, or whether the person in the image is going to be happy, or whether he was angry. So I want to find it out. So for that, I'm not writing any code actually, guys. Somebody has already given the training to the machine. He has already feeded some thousands of images. He has been already feeded. And based on that particular images, we are going to be, they already trained, saying that these images are so and so, these images and so and so. Have a look at this concept carefully, guys. If you want, I can just show you that. So don't worry about that. Just it is going to be, I said detect. Just an example. Detect is equals to FER. How simple it is going to be, try to find it off, guys. We are not writing any code at all. Detect dot, which is going to be nothing but detect dot detect emotions. Whatever the pixels if you give, it will directly tells you what is the emotion of the particular person actually, guys. You can see this emotions, how it is coming actually. Angry, 91% confidence that it was angry. Even sad is there for 2%, neutral is there for 7%. It is telling about the percentage actually, guys, the proportion of what we can say that actually. And it is also telling that don't worry, this is going to be nothing but where is the face is located actually, the face coordinates. If you want, you know that now, when you are taking a photograph in your camera, it will detect your face actually, face detection it is. So where is the face is located? It can detect the face actually. So where is the face is located? It is the X and Y coordinates actually. Can you see 100, 104, 104, and which is going to be 41. 41 means somewhere here now. So it is going to be 104, 41, and a width of 98 and a height of 98, something like that. So something like that, we are going to be gets identifies this actually. So this is going to be how we are going to be gets working with them. So I'm not going into deep into that. In our regular sessions, we'll draw the rectangles here now. So around the face, we'll draw the rectangles. We'll identify the faces and all these things. We'll do it actually. Okay. So no worries about them. you can take a different images. You can take a different images. It's not only angry image. We are having a different, that means for testing purpose, we'll be having a different images are going to be there. So this is going to be a kind of a fear image actually. So now if I give the same image here now, it is going to tell you what kind of an emotion it is having actually. You can see very clearly. Fear is going to be 0.88, 88% confidence that it is a fear. Angry is going to be 3%, surprise is 6%, sad is going to be 2% actually. Happy is going to be just 1%, it is going to show you actually. So just to tell you that how it is going to be done. So how this particular machine is telling that. So machines has been given some training. We didn't written any code for that. What code will write it actually? It's not a values, they are images. So we have been given some training to the machine by giving some thousands of images. And we'll say that whether the person in the image, whether the person in the image is smiling or whether he was sad, whether he was angry, whether he was going to be joy, we are going to give you that particular instructions. Machines will automatically studies the data. Machines are capable to learn by themselves. Previously, we used to say that machines can't decide, machines can't take a decision by themselves. So we have to write some coding for that. Yes, absolutely, we can do it. We can identify the gender. I'll show you one example because you have been asked, no? So it is an yesterday's evening example actually. It is an yesterday's evening example we have been gotten. So not this, just a minute once. It is on 9, just give me a minute once. Just give me a minute once. So like this, every day to day files will be coming actually, guys. 8/8/10/2022, something like this. Just give me a minute once. This one, right? This is an yesterday's example, which we are going to be doing this actually. Yesterday's whatever the example we are doing. So I don't want to explain you the code. So this is a code what we have been written. It is completely in the live class. It's completely in the live class. We have written all this code. To write this, it has taken 3 to 4, which is going to be 3 to 4 days. It will take it actually, guys. So if you observe carefully the image, can you see here? For testing, we have been given the data actually. So this is a male. You can see that it is a male with a long hair actually. So machines has been trained with images. 23,000 images we have been given. We given some training, somewhere around 23,000 images we have been given the data. 22,705 images for the machine to learn. So these are the images and these are the females, these are the males. We have already given the data to them. So machine, it is our own. It is not the library which is created by somebody. It is a library which I have created actually. We trained the model actually. So for testing purpose, we have taken an image of a person, of a male with a long hair actually. So long hair was there. So because some men will be, is clearly the indication is going to be, it is a male actually. So the same library I have been used. If you can observe carefully, I told you, I can find out where is the face is located. So it will identify the face. So we converted, we cropped only the face actually, because we given the training only for that particular data actually. And can you see the machine predicted this as a female. The machine is predicting actually, guys. We didn't written any code that this is a male, this is a female. Machine predicts the label. Based on that, we are printing the data actually. Gender, which is going to be female actually. So why it is saying like that? Because the machine was already trained with the data actually. So let me show you another data. Like for example, I'm having some data like, which is going to be our Prime Minister Modi's image is there. So let us give this particular data actually. So it will find out where is the face is located. You can't understand this code, but I can show you the application actually. It will identify where is the face was located. So can you see it is highlighting the face actually. This is the code which I have written only. I drawn a rectangle with a color. If you want to get a blue color line, I can just change it actually. 0, 0, it is going to be 255. It is going to be 0, 0, 255. We are going to get a blue color. If you want to get a green color, I can do it. It is everything our control only. It's not somebody's control. I'll get a green color. This one I'm going to be getting. If you want to get a yellow color, red and a blue, red and a green, if you combine, we'll get an yellow color actually. Something like this. Okay, just for my convenient, I'm going to be using a red color actually. So this is going to be, I cropped the face, I cropped that particular face and I converted into a grayscale, a black and white. Actual original image is color image, but I converted into black and white image. And I'm giving the data to the machine. Machine will predict what is the probability that it is a female, what is the probability that it is a male. 99% probability that it is a male only. So gender is going to be male. Machines also go sometimes they were going to do some mistakes actually. See, previously I have shown you one person with a long hair, because the machine studied that the females are going to be having the long hair. So whenever there is a long hair will come, immediately it identifies that it is going to be nothing but it's a female actually. Just if you want, I have used a different images actually. So we use this like for example, I used the image of our shuttle player Sindhu, PV Sindhu's image. So I need not to tell you whether the person in the image is a male or a female. So now if you can see the data actually, guys, same process I'm happening. Dynamically I'm running the code. Now the face location is here. In the earlier case, whenever I displayed the image, the face location is somewhere here now. But here it is, dynamically it is working. I'm not writing any static examples. So this is going to be the cropped face, and it will tell you what is going to be the gender in the image actually. So the gender is going to be nothing but female. But don't think that we have written a lot of code here. This code is all, see guys, how many lines of code we have been written? Just 1-2 lines of code. Only just 1 or 2 lines of code. We are not writing any much coding also. Just see how simple we are going to be writing 1 line code, 1 line code. Okay, so this is going to be where the training is done. So here the prediction, some processing we are going to be doing this. But I didn't written any code to identify whether the person in the image is a male or a female actually. So clearly it is saying that it is a female. You can take a lot of examples we are going to be having it actually. Like for example, if you are from, I think you know that he is Mahesh Babu. So in our Telugu states, it is going to be, he is one of the popular actor. So I think all of you have an idea about them. Even if you're not from Telugu states also, you may be heard about him. Some people may be here, some people may not be heard about that. This is going to be the facial expression, what we can see the data actually. So this is a face location actually. We cropped the image, you can see them, and we can see it is going to be predicting this as, which is going to be nothing but it's a male. Multiple images, guys. It's going to be multiple images we have been tried. So otherwise I'll use some H image, I'm going to find it off. So it is going to be the Aishwarya's image actually, we'll do it actually. So this is going to be the female image. So we know that the person in the image is a female. So this one. So we can see it actually. Same thing I have been got done. So 93% probability that it is a female. 6% probability that it is a male. So it also tells you some probabilities depending on some face shape, depending on the eye colors, depending on the eye shape, depending on the nose shapes. It will learn. We didn't learn anything at all. We didn't done any training to the machine. We didn't done any instruction to the machine. There are some networks are there. This is a neural network example actually, guys. It is a neural network example. So this is how our neural network exists actually. This is how the coding is going to be written for that. So simple coding only, not much complicated coding also. And we can see the gender is going to be female actually. Got it, guys? So that is the way how we can do that. Okay, Prakash? Okay, so what has been happened internally, guys? What has been happened internally here is we have given some training to the machine. Don't think that machines are directly predicting them. We have been given some training. We already given, I given some 23,000 images I have given actually, guys. 23,000 images I have been given. And stating that these are the images of females, these are the images of males, these are females, these are males, these are females, this age is 1, their age is 30, their age is 33, their age is 26, their age is 10. Actually, I didn't use the age here now, but I used only the pixels data. These are all pixels data only actually, guys. I given that images and I have asked the machine, can you see? The genders are there, males, females, etc. is there. So I given the images and I already labeled them that these are females, these are males. Then automatically the machine learns that these images are going to be females and these images are going to be males. Based on that, the machine has been already learned about that. So see, whenever I given a new image, even I can give my image and I can make the machine to predict it actually. So something like that, we have been done a different examples. These are all practical example. This will take some around 4 days of time. The program is written in one file, but it is on, we have started on 29th actually, guys. 29th on September. So yesterday it was completed. It is on the 8th, it has been completed. Meanwhile, anyhow, 2 holidays they have it actually. One day is Sunday and one day is going to be, I think on 28th or something, we have been started this example on 9 a.m. batch actually. So one Sunday class has been there, Sunday it has been there, and on Wednesday there is a holiday. So 2 days holidays was there. That means almost all 7 to 8 days it has been taken. Yes, absolutely. We are having a lot of projects. See guys, project means, see, this is going to be the example which we have been seen as part of our class. It is going to be a kind of a POC, like we are doing some kind of a practical example actually. So like that, we are having some projects. We are going to be also having some kind of a projects. So depending on your interested domain, you can choose your projects actually. That is going to be what I can talk about them. Fine. Okay, guys. So what is happening here is, I just want to conclude the session, guys. I want to conclude the session. So the machine has been given some training. The main thing is machines has been given some training, and those machines are capable to learn from that particular data. That is what we are talking about, a machine learning. But directly didn't given the images directly to the machine actually, guys. There are some techniques which we have to apply prior to giving to the machine. So data cannot be directly given to the machine. There is some processing will be taken place. All this processing will be done by an ML expert, or it may be a deep learning expert, or it may be an AI expert. Whoever, whatever the areas you are working, it is going to be. If working with only ML, you are called as an ML expert or ML engineer. A deep learning engineer or an AI expert or AI engineer, we are going to call them as actually. So in which areas we are going to be gets working, depending on that expertise you have been given a particular. So hope you understood, guys, what is happening in the background actually. So 2 examples I've shown you. In one example, I have already using, in this example, I didn't written any code from my side. It is completely by an existing library I done it actually with just like a 2 lines of code. Just see guys how simple the code is going to be there. It is telling whether the person in the image, what is the facial expressions. Another code I have written starting from the scratch. I taken the images. These are all images. My image pixels are there. I have done some pre-processing. I reshaped them. I have been converted into some integers. Something I have been got done actually. Yes. So these are our whatever the images we are having it actually. So how I collected, you may get a doubt. Sir, how you collected these images? There are so many repositories are there, which will going to contribute your data actually. So whatever the data set we have collected is going to be, we call it as an UTK data set actually. From here, we collected these images. This is an UTK data set. From here, we collected these images actually. So here, just the zip file will be there. Just click on that. It will directly navigate to the Google Drive. From there, you can just download them actually. These are the images which we have downloaded. If you want, I can show you those images also. It is already downloaded in our system, in my system actually. Let me show you if you want. It's a D drive. Inside the D drive, I'm having a folder called as a project. Inside the folder, we can see the images. These are not the images which I collected manually. These are not which I collected. I downloaded it from the online. Because in online, we have a lot of repositories are there. These repositories we are going to be, use, which is going to be, these repositories we are going to use, and we are going to do some of our training of the data actually. We have so many nowadays, these online resources has been drastically increased actually. So many Yeah, guys. Sorry, there was a small disconnection has been taken place, guys. There is an a power failure at my side actually, so there is a reason it was disconnected, guys. No problem. I can just connect it, but yeah. Um, yes, Shreya, can you hear me? Shreya, are you there?
Yeah.
Yeah. Shreya, actually, because I was disconnected, no, you have been made as a host. Can you
Yeah,
make me as a host?
yeah. Wait a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's done now.
Yeah. Thank you, Shreya. Yeah, guys. I think actually I connected to my mobile data, guys. So there may be some disturbance will be there. You may not hear my voice also clearly. There will be a lot of breakdowns will be there. Okay, let us conclude the session, guys. Already 11:20 is the time. Let us conclude the session, guys. Yes, absolutely. Satyaprakash, absolutely. Absolutely, it is going to be the problem in children. Basically, in children, even the machines also do the mistakes. Actually, I didn't show you there. But if you do the expectation, you can see it actually. Just if you want, I can show you once. Like wherever we are doing some prediction actually. So this is going to be what I can display the data actually. But once if I run this code, just I'll show you this code actually. Just run this particular code actually. So it is disconnected actually. Maybe what happened? Okay, guys. Okay. So it is y actual. Just give me a minute once. It is 1000 random integer 1000 y actual y test x test. Thing is fine only. Just give me a minute once. Y actual k is equals to np dot random of 0 to 1000 x underscore test y underscore actual y underscore date. Okay. So something that means something going wrong actually, guys. So that is not a problem. Let me run this code. Okay, so there is some kind of an error is coming actually, guys, because we have to run from the beginning because somewhere it has been got changed. That is the reason. So don't worry. But absolutely, your point is correct. So your children, that means whenever we are talking about 1 year child, 2 year childs, obviously there is going to be a kind of an error will be taking place. So sometimes most of the males will be predicting as a females are predicting as a males. Obviously that will takes place actually, guys. That will takes place actually in case of children. But in adults faces, we can identify them. In adult faces, we can do them actually. That's why we have been given the training with all the different ages actually. We don't have only these images, but even 1 year people images are also going to be there actually. Okay, fine, guys. So here, what I mean to say here actually, guys, it's actually a deep learning application where the machines has been given some training with some kind of an images. What is deep learning? Don't worry, it is also part of a machine learning only, but the technique is different actually. The way the problem is solved is a different way. That's why we are going to call them it as a neural networks or a deep learning concept, what we are going to call it as. So what we are going to do, guys, we are just going to give some input to the machine. The machine is going to studies the data actually, guys. The machines are going to study the data, and based on that the machines can able to predict it actually. Machines are able to predict the data actually, guys. Okay, so that is the main idea about what is about this particular data science course actually, guys. So actually there is a small a breakdown of my the breakdown of power at my side. So it may be disturbance will be, guys. That means the voice also may not be that much clear because for I'm using right now mobile net, I'm using it. So for audio streaming and video streaming, that speed is not sufficient actually, guys. Okay. So before ending the session actually, guys, just it's an idea, guys. Just we want to give some idea about what is data science, what generally we do it in data science, what technologies, what techniques we are going to learn it. So already time is 11:22, guys. Just a 5-10 minutes, guys. I can take up your questions. If you have any questions, I can take up some questions and I can discuss with you guys. And guys, tomorrow anyhow, my backend team is going to contact you. They will inform you. So tomorrow we are going to start a regular batch at 9 p.m. actually, guys. It's going to be at 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. We are going to be having a demo sessions are there, guys. You can attend these sessions for almost all, some for 1 week, almost all for 1 week. You can attend at a free of cost. And after that, if you are satisfied with our learning, with our journey, So you can pay the fees and you can get registered with the course actually. Actual batch timing is from 8 p.m. to 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. is the actual batch timing, guys. But actually we have already started just before the festival. Just a few sessions has been happened. So we are arranging a new batch at 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. And after 3 or 4 classes will be combined. The both batches will be combined and we'll be having a actual class from 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. is a regular class timing actually. But basically being that the session was already started, to cover that particular whatever the backups are there. So we are going to be arranging a new session at 9 p.m. to 10 p.m. guys. Okay. So you can attend this class at a free of cost. Almost all for next 1 week, you can attend the course. Once if you are satisfied with our course, I'll give the complete demo session actually, guys. Like what is data science and all these things, we'll talk about them. And then if you are satisfied with our training curriculum and etc., then you can register by paying the fees actually. Okay. So that is about our training program. So if you have any questions, anyhow, my backend team will contact you. You can discuss with them actually, guys. Deep learning is going to be there almost all for 1 month, guys. Deep learning will be taking for 1 month almost all. Almost all it is going to be 1 month it will take for deep learning. It's not only 1 month. Actually, we have been separated that even NLP is also going to comes under the deep learning. That will be there for another 7 more, other 4-5 days it is going to take it actually. So more than 1 month, we are going to be learning for deep learning. More than 1 month, we are going to be learning for machine learning concepts. Okay. Fine, guys. So anyone, guys, if you have any questions, how many projects means that depends on you. There is nothing limit is there, but we are going to give you some around, like in capstone projects, we are going to give you 2 or 3 projects. It is depending on your requirement. You can do it at around some 2 to 3 projects. We can do it actually. Apart from that, it is going to be up to your interest. If you are interested, you can take your own data sets and you can work with those particular data sets. I'm going to guide you and I'm going to help you to do the projects actually. Yes, assignments will be there day to day. We will be having the assignments. Actually, we have a course curriculum is there. So we are going to share it actually, guys. And course duration will be around 5 months, guys. The course duration is going to be around 5 months. It will take it actually, guys. 5 to 6 months it will take it actually. So every day, every 6 days a week, we'll be having the session, guys. 6 days a week, we'll be having the session. And approximately, it will take some around 5 months. It will take it actually. Okay. Certification is going to be nothing but a course completion certificate will be given to you. It's going to be course completion certificate will be given from the DURGASOFT. A course completion certificate will be given from the DURGASOFT. Okay. Fine, guys. So anyone, guys, any more questions? Any technical questions if you have or anything? So sorry for the this actually. So this is going to be there is a sudden breakdown, power breakdown was there. So that is the reason I can't continue further because the power was not resumed. Generally we don't have, because yesterday it was heavily rained in Hyderabad. In Hyderabad, it was heavily rained actually, very heavily it was raining actually. So I think due to that, some power breakdown has been taken place. But generally, we don't have that much power breakdowns generally. That today Sunday, no. So Sunday they will do some kind of a maintenance works and all these things they will do it actually, guys. Okay, guys. Thank you all of you for attending this session, guys. And being you are very interactive, we can have it's an interactive session actually. Yes, absolutely. So yeah, interactive classes only. Just like today, how we have been done. It's an interactive classes will be there. You can discuss, you can speak, you can talk to me. We have a group. We have a Telegram group will be created, so we can chat over there. We can discuss over there. Knowledge transfer, knowledge sharings, whatever you want, we can do it. Everything we do it on the group itself actually. Okay. So anyhow, my backend team will contact you guys. They will share you the details about the tomorrow session. The tomorrow, whatever the new session is going to be get starting. If you're interested, register for the course and attend the free demo classes where we'll give a more introduction part of what is data science. And then you can start with our applications. Then we'll start with our regular classes, guys. Okay. So any more, guys? Any questions? If you have any more questions. So thank you for your time, guys. Today is really Sunday. Okay. Fees, our backend team will contact you guys. You can talk to them. But initially, my knowing is going to be I was a consultant trainer for the DURGASOFT. So I don't want to talk with the fees related, but it is 16K, guys. It is going to be 16K is going to be the fees actually, guys. Okay. So it is going to be 16K is going to be the fees, and you can talk, you can discuss with my backend team related to your fees and all this. Okay. So thank you guys, thank you everyone, and thank for your time on the Sunday. Actually, really Sunday, spending some time on Sunday is going to be a little bit hard, basically for working professionals also. So thank you all of you, and have a nice day for today, and we'll meet you tomorrow. See you all of you tomorrow in our main classroom. So tomorrow at 9 p.m. we will be having the class, guys. Okay, a backend team will contact you and share you those links also. You can just, if you are interested, please register for the course and attend for the demo classes, guys. Thank you all of you, guys. Yes, class recording or backend team will share you those particular. We'll get a mail. So a follow-up mail will be given to you. In the follow-up mail, you can find the recording, the link to the recording video. Okay. Okay. Fine. Thank you, guys. Thanks for today. And I'll see you tomorrow in the classroom, guys. Thank you all of you, guys.